Hello friends, this video on metal and non-metal part 12 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 11. So with this, let's understand the formation of NaCl. So as I have told, sodium has one extra electron in this shell. And chlorine has 7. It needs one. And sodium want to lose this. So what will happen is sodium will immediately lose its electron. This electron will go to chlorine and chlorine will become Cl+. Same electron will go to chlorine, and that is nothing but this electron will get transferred here. So with this, what happens is this becomes Na plus with no outer electron here, and this becomes Cl minus with 7, and one we got from chlorine, so I made in the dot, and the one which chlorine has its own, I made in the cross just for you to understand, but there is no difference actually, all are electrons. So there are 8 electrons now here, 7 which chlorine had and 1 extra from sodium. And thus if you see that both are stable. But now if you see that this guy got a positive charge, this guy got a negative charge, and both attracts. Positive attracts negative. And thus there is a bond formed, right? And this type of bond is called ionic bond, because they are all ions. And that's why if you have this NaCl and you put in water, this becomes Na plus ion, Cl minus ion. It breaks into ions, and that's why the water, right, the pure water won't conduct electricity, but if you put sodium chloride or salt in that, it will conduct electricity because it will get the free ions to conduct electricity. So that's how that happens. The moment you put in this, it becomes ion. And why it becomes ion is maybe I'll explain. This H2O is like this, right? And in this case, there is a sharing done. The electrons are not. This is the example of covalent bond actually, right? So this guy is slightly positive charge, this guy is slightly negative charge, right? So this guy attracts the chlorine and this guy attracts the sodium, and that's the reason why the ions break. And we'll explain more when we learn the covalent bond and the structure of water in that case specifically, but just for knowledge purpose, I told you that why this ionic bonds break when you put in water, because water has this different structure where hydrogen is slightly positive and oxygen is slightly negative, and that's why they breaks. Yeah. But if you are not putting this in water, this guy is very strong and they have very high melting points because the bond is strong. So let's understand the formation of MgCl2. So if you know the Mg has 2 extra electrons and Cl needs only 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 1 extra is required. Only 1 is required. So what will happen? But this guy has 2 to give. So one more Cl will come and they'll say, okay, now I'll also take 1 atom from you. Correct? Because this guy is giving 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This guy is giving 2. So 1 it will give here. 1 it will give here. Correct? Why? Because magnesium is ready to give 2 electrons. But one Cl atom needs only 1 electron. So the 2 Cl atoms will come and say, okay, both are satisfied. Now what will happen is everything is satisfied. So if you see this, it is something like this, or let's write first like this. Mg has given Mg plus 2 charge it has got. It has given 2 electron. This 2 electrons is taken by 2 chlorine items. Okay, 2 chlorine minus. Correct? So if you see the thing, it has Mg plus 2. Chlorine has minus 1 charge actually, if you see, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 extra electron is got, and there are 2 chlorine items. MgCl will represent like this. Please don't put a minus 2 charge here. Chlorine has only one charge, minus 1 charge, and there are 2 chlorine items. So it is Mg has 2 positive charge, chlorine has 1 negative charge, and there are 2 chlorine atoms, so it's MgCl2. Don't write it like this, Mg plus 2 Cl minus 2, right? Don't like this. This is wrong. Chlorine has only one negative charge, and there are 2 chlorine atoms. So the fact here is there are 2 chlorine atoms, right? And each chlorine atom has minus 1 charge. That's why chlorine is minus 1 and there are 2 chlorine atoms. Magnesium is plus 2 and there is 1 magnesium atom. Correct? We have learned cations, anions, and we are sometimes confused what is cations, what is anions. So I have a memory tip for this. The memory tip is an ox, there is an ox and there is a red cat. If you can imagine this figure, there is an ox which is trying to bull this red cat, because this ox generally goes toward the red object, right? So the red cat is trying to chase the red cat. So if you can remember this an ox and red cat, you will remember anion and cation. So if you see, the memory tip is like this. N ox is anode, means oxidation. N is anode. Ox means oxidation, right? Red is reduction and cat is cathode. So in cathode, red cat, reduction happens. Anode, N-ox, oxidation happens. And reduction is what? Gain of electron. Oxidation was that of loss of electron, because you have sodium, it will lose an electron, it's a positive charge. This is called oxidation, getting positive charge, losing electron. And reduction is gaining electron. You have Cl and you get this electron, you get Cl minus, and you are stable. Both are stable. See, the reason why oxidation reduction is happening, because everyone wants to be stable. Sodium was not stable, so it got oxidized and it became Na plus, it is stable. Chlorine was not stable, Cl, it had 1 electron less in the valence shell, outermost valence shell. It took 1 electron, it became Cl minus, and now it is stable. Don't think that Na plus has positive, so it is not stable. Na plus is more stable than Na. Cl minus is more stable than Cl, right? So don't be confused with the charge at Cl minus, so it won't be stable. Actually, Cl minus is more stable than chlorine. Sodium plus is more stable than sodium. So that's the memory tip. There is the ox, black ox. It's chasing the red cat, right? So anode means oxidation, reduction means cathode. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.